turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
What is going on in Philly?
Oh man, there's a lot of murder, a lot of just man, it's justice, crazy injustice is going on as well in Philly. Like it's like the young boys have this mentality that nothing matters but social media and dissing ops. Like that's really what's going on. It's like it's no infrastructure no more. Like when we was younger, it was like the OG really could talk to you.
Right.
Now it's like, OG, get the fuck out of here. You don't know what you talking about. Nobody.
Are these like OGs or are they like just people that are still around? Because there was a definition for OGs when we was young. Like you was an OG, you had some sort of status. We know you've been through it. You got the wisdom on the situation because you already experienced the shit.
Right. I mean, I could say it is still some great OGs around in Philly that really are reputable sources for great information to help young boys out. They don't listen to nobody, bro. Nobody. They disrespect their mothers, they disrespect their fathers. It's like I'm talking about nobody can control, and it's not all of them, but a majority of them are just caught in this world, and I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know if it's a chemical imbalance. I don't know if it's the drugs they use, and I don't know what's going on, but it's dangerous out there, bro.
I think it has a lot to do with the drugs. A lot to do with the drugs, a lot to do with, broken households, not growing up with an authoritative figure in the household. Moms can only do so much. Once you get to the age where you could grab the belt,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Once you could do
we
the
all
kung
remember
fu
them,
shit,
right?
No, that's when you knew.
It's like, okay,
some
all right,
authorities happen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I'm the man of the house now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you're making decisions based on information or education that we got from mothers.
Right.
How to reach for the belt? Oh, you done that shit before. You a specialist. Yeah, we all done it, bro.
Special unit.
We all done it, man. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, it's just, Sparks, what you think, bro?
My perspective, I think it's a mental health thing. That's I know I had issues since a kid, and I've been in facilities and they, in placements and all that kind of stuff, and I had to go get treatment. And I wasn't identifying with my traumas and stuff like that, so I really had to identify with it and seek some professional help. Sometimes we need professional help outside of the things we norm that we think is the norm.
Right.
And then once I got that, I started my foundation, the Omillio Sparks Foundation, to help kids from 14 to 18. I wish I could have did it younger, you know what I'm saying? Because I was out there way younger than 14, you know what I mean?
Right.
About the time I was 14, I was out there.
So you got the man-to-man.
Yeah, so that circle is for resources and all that kind of stuff. The ladies that's broken homes, that ain't got fathers in there, y'all can come sit in even though it's not for them, but they can come sit in because they need male figures. So we have everybody at the table, from anybody from doctors, therapists, to guys who did 24 years, guys who, just beat life sentences, people who have been shot, so you can get the graphic details of what's going on and have a man present, a male present. That's what that's about. So you can come and open up. So you ain't, because most of us, from the hood, you ain't supposed to do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be that vulnerable with somebody of a sticker for weak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's where the misconception coming with all of them. And that's what's going on. So when you're doing foundation work, I get to go in different arenas and see, well, hey, guys, these guys are just establishing something different than what they got going on. And that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years with my foundation.
Well, let's get into what motivated you to do that, because when I checked on your page and I saw a lot of that, and I was like, oh, this is dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? The young boys sitting in the circle, everybody, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you was into this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, because it's either love or the money. Remember, it's love or the money, love or money.
Right.
And then sometimes you miss out on that kind of stuff when you're chasing the bread. And I saw that. So it was times in my life I was making money, and I wanted something else, and I wasn't just, I wasn't happy.
Right.
You know, let's be honest, I wasn't happy at all, and I was like, damn, I want more, and they just chasing the money. So this was another field if I didn't have it, because my kids are grown now. You know, after all that time that went by and all the rap beefs and all the battles and all the war that took place in the city and all that kind of stuff, you know, it was other stuff going on. So I was like, that, you know, let me take the time to do something different, because I felt like I missed something too, and I wanna still feel useful. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to feel useless. So at the end of the day, it's like, all right, let's just bust this move like that, and it works. So when I sat down with Dr. Wilson, he was like, yo, let's do that. I told him what I wanted to do, and he laid the plan out, and I took it from there. Yeah.
It's crazy that us just sitting in a room together because of what history has portrayed itself to be.
Right.
With us sitting in this room is like big for these kids, because they look at that still. It's like they still look at stuff, and they're stuck in like looking at, oh, well, this is that way and this is that, but you got my total support with that, bro. And if you need me to slide to your situation to help out the youth and stuff that we should have been done.
The doors are wide open.
And I'm here, bro. I'm wholeheartedly, I'm here because we all got kids.
Not only that, that's a responsibility that we all have.
Yes, we do.
That's another thing that takes place.
Yes, we do.
That guys is not, like guys like me supposed to be there. So when they, that's another thing. Everything I'm doing is Google material. You can Google me, you can find me. So when this kind of stuff going on, it's something ain't right. And I guess people love that kind of stuff going on. And I come from it. So when you come from it, it's a transition happening that you can't stop anyway. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like one of them things that's going on. And it needs to be done. It's a public situation that everybody made public, and it need to be addressed publicly in settings like this. And that's OG status stuff. Like people you had the right people wedged in there versus the guy. He's like, I got a different agenda.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right. So let's start from the beginning. Where did your traumas come from?
You know what I come? It's the back and forth. It's like you seeing things. Well, the infrastructures get shut down. Boom. Grandparents are there. And they die. Mom young, dad ain't there from their differences.
How old are you at this time?
Shucks, 8, probably like this going down. They dying now, so I'm 8. So you figure all that after they pass away. By the time I'm 10, we seeing a lot going on because crack was in the area, it was in the neighborhood. So it's hustling. Guys hanging out the window. They grinding across the street, you know what I mean? They shooting it out around the corner. We go to the store, they outside. They outside. So it's one of them things, and then we in fights. Them big guys are actually going at us too. So now we got to fight with them. Because they trying to take advantage of the broken home. So we forming teams and stuff. So this is going on earlier.
Were you hustling?
Yeah, my first case, I got locked up. I was selling dollar caps. I think I got locked up at like 11, 12, because my mom, they keep coming to get me. I'm a young guy, so it's like they coming to get me out of them places all the time. So it's kind of sweet until it start going into bail money.
Right.
I'm like, hey, hold up. And then they telling us about, my bad, they telling us about, the house is going to get put up. I'm like, I can't have them put out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it was times I think my grandma was still alive at that point, and I'm like, I can't have grandma put out. Like, I can't put the house up, so now we dealing with these issues.
I laughed because you said dollar caps. I remember that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, so all this was going on, young.
You went all the way back to dollar caps, though?
Yeah, that was my first case. Yo, I'm telling you, that was the first case I had out there. I didn't know it. I'm out in the open, police see my dummy. Look at this dummy. They $1, so it's a rush. Everybody's coming.
Listen, I know. We know. Like, that's wild.
I'm young, so the bankroll looking good, and I'm thinking this, that's what it. But a lot of this stuff was going on, and that's what we didn't understand what we was in. This was a lot, and then we internalizing, but don't know, but it's making you black because you're lost. You don't know until you come down. I think by the time I came down, I was getting signed, so I couldn't even come down. Now I'm back on go. Right. So even if you miss me in the joints, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm in the world with it. So it was just one of them things.
Who was the first person to put drugs in your hand?
They passed away. One of the guys across the street from me. And, they knew each other, and folks knew our family and all that kind of stuff. And those guys, and they put the pack in my hand, and that was that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, was this an escape for you? Was this a way that you could say, oh, I could make some money and lighten the
To
load?
be honest, Hoffa at that time, it wasn't no escape. They probably just need somebody to grind for them. You know what I'm saying? I was young. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm down. So it was one of them things. But when we got when I took it serious though, when the household when it really got in shambles, because they was I was too young to really understand it. But when it was really hitting the fan and they wasn't around and the lights was out and mom was going through it and I seen how hard it was, then I took it serious. So that's when I said, let me migrate. I got out the neighborhood and I migrated up the Deuce. I put a square block radius between like 10 blocks. So, because you ain't never supposed to, shit where you live at. Mm-hmm. So I knew that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me just take it up the street. Y'all done had us, me and the guys, we used to go powwow with each other all day long.
I never like doing dirt in my hood.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like,
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, they know you.
You walk around the next day, it's like, yo!
They know you.
Nah.
Let me get a dollar cap. Look, let me get a dollar cap. You in the market with your grandmom. You ain't got a dollar cap.
Let me take this uptown. Let me take this someplace else. You know what I mean?
So they used to get me. So like I was going through changes and I didn't know why I was lashing out. So my mom probably put me in mental health I had mental health problems from a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like they was trying to figure me out for a long time.
When you said lashing out, what do you call lashing
just
out?
Angry, maybe because I didn't have nobody, no pop. You know what I'm saying? Then we run to the hood. So these was our fathers, the guys we thought was older than us. That was just different from mommy. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah. Till you get, till she finds somebody that was, decent. Then we looked at him like, you know what, you are.
You are.
Like, the other guys, other guys wasn't all put together, but just this one, all right. You ride with me, man. You ride with me. So, how that go.
Right. Till you get to the protector age.
Yeah.
You did some bullshit, nigga. So.
Yeah, right. You know how I go out. So it's one of them things, man. So it's like, I think what happens is we so forced to be men early. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no matter what's going on, it's just the childhood snatched away from you. Let's be honest. So we don't know what it's like to be kids, and this world when we get engulfed in, it's a lot of things we learn, you know what I'm saying? So we already going through an institute. Mm-hmm. You understand? We call it life in this world we in, this society.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there, when did you start picking up the pen?
Oh, wow, I was picking that up earlier because one of the guys from the trash truck, he was running around and I think he heard about one of my rap battles because I had one rap I had.
You was battling?
Not a battle, but
our battles was
let me be honest. The first one I wrote, right?
Right.
Because I was running around freestyle. I ain't right, and everybody knew because freestyle was a freestyle then.
Right.
But this was like my first rap, so I wrote it down.
Right.
And that's when I knew it was like 24 bars, so I knew I could go at anybody with it. It was long enough. You know what I'm saying? Right. Pause. And I'm like, yo.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let me just handle it. But it was my joint, so everybody heard about it, but I only had one rap. So after I bust my glove, I was done. They like, you gotta get the studio. That's how I met O and them. That's how, cause they was at ICH, and that's how I met O through Jim and D. And I went in there, and you couldn't tell me nothing. It was a struggle, but I took that serious. All the other stuff I was doing when I was doing that, I just made it wait. I just made it wait, and by the time we started running around, we did in the Black House. I was ready because everybody had that style. Remember back in the day, especially them. I think they was doing the style. It was like how they rap. I ain't never rap like that, so I used to be like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give them my story.
Hey man, let me tell you a legendary night from back then.
Black House, remember?
The Black House, right? It used to be
a was
spot.
out there.
Okay, so I've heard about this night
was out
on a couple different occasions. Where like all these rappers was just in one spot and like Hov was there.
Hov came through.
No, this ain't that. This is before Hov though.
No, because the Black House was like one of them joints.
Yeah. So if you was the toughest, roughest,
that was like our tunnel
bar. Yeah, it was like our tunnel. Okay. So you had to be a demon. Because the Black House was ran by, I ain't even gonna say
what are these kids doing at this time? And
listen, no, you had to be.
Talking about these kids, nigga walking talking about these kids don't care.
No, listen,
we have to be demons.
No, rap-wise, man, no, our demon was different though. I'm talking about lyrically.
We were trying to make it.
Yeah, it was a lyrical type of thing where it was,
you had to be nice at it.
Yeah, you had to know how to you had
had to
rap.
know how to carry yourself,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So I remember this one night, right? Because ICH and the City Hustlers, right? And Major Figgaz, we both had artists named Spade.
Oh, right. I forgot that.
Battle for the name. In those situations.
We wasn't going for that shit, and they wasn't going for that
And they was
shit.
from North too, so they was from their area.
Right.
So they was from North. So I was like, I didn't know they was battle about the names and stuff.
Right.
That's why I went with Emilio Sparks. I wasn't gonna steal Emilio's estimate because that's what I know. I was like, I don't want nobody down the line talking about somebody stole something from them and telling me with that bullshit. So I said, I'm gonna be creative. Kenny's not gonna work. My government name is not gonna work. Who's gonna take me serious? My name's Kenny. So I was like, I was like,
Kenny
I gotta come up with something. Yeah, I had to come up with
Coming
something.
to the stage. Kenny Johnson.
It was for this hardcore rap.
We
So I'm
get,
like, you know what?
we get there that night, right?
Kenneth.
And we on stage,
Yeah.
right? And so Spade came to battle Spade.
I think
That's how it was.
How was this even set up? Like,
The general was the guy that ran the Black House,
yeah.
right?
and he said,
So no. We just they were becoming so hot
He
in
was
the
making a
streets,
little noise
right?
in the street. Yeah.
Right.
And we were who we were.
Yeah.
So when people start to make moves, it's like, oh, what's going on? So we were invited to the Black House because they was performing that night, and it's like, okay, we're gonna settle this tonight. Whoever wins can keep the name.
Right.
And I don't know how y'all get into situations like I would have been like, no, man. The fuck?
What you know?
I'm
What?
gonna keep my name. What you doing?
No, it's
I'm gonna battle you, and I'm gonna still keep it.
No,
Yeah, because you
hold
know,
on.
if you felt like that, you go down to the department, the city department, and you switch it up.
Right.
That's how you do business.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is not your name.
about
Then it start going to different things. Like, well, who gave it to you?
And
copy like that?
Yeah.
And
man,
the way
like,
it was,
yeah.
Spade was like, it's gonna go straight to the point where it's like, we're gonna go battle for this name.
Right.
And it was, we respected it enough to say whoever would have lost that night
Would have changed their name?
change their fucking name.
I ain't never seen
It was
that
a
happen.
bad. That was a
before,
good.
bro.
No, it was. That's
I ain't
how it
never seen
I
was.
mean, the iron the word. That's good. If you say you make you because all we got is our word.
No, I've heard
pause.
of this phenomenon of battling for the name, but I've never seen.
Why
that
switch
shit
it, right?
happen. I've never seen that shit happen.
Right. That's why I was just like, let me do something different.
So what happened when they battled?
It was our battles was crazy because they went hours, man.
Yeah, it was
hours
because
bro.
it was a lot of us and a lot of them. It was like,
Well, no, the battle for the name.
oh no, that was just for them two.
Yeah,
Spade,
just
and
for
they
them
battled.
two, and they would go to nobody can go
Right.
no more.
And what happened?
What happened that night?
Spade
I knew
ended
I
up-
lost my $15. I was just throwing
Spade ended
money.
up keeping the name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was more so because the thing about it was when it came to Sparks and Oschnio, they were more like top tier, same way we was top tier. It was like
Right.
that's why I don't want to say his name, but Big Homie, they call him Big Homie. That's why he picked certain people because of the level that we was at. You feel what I'm saying? Like so they were top tier, we was top tier. So it was kind of really hard to figure out who was going to keep the name because we would go man to man. Them battles
the battles
were crazy,
and
bro.
It was you had to like because at that time, especially with me, I you know how my stuff and I was unorthodox, so they wasn't accepting me like that.
Right.
I wasn't accepted that easy too, so that's why it made me an animal.
I came to appreciate your style for like the song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I ain't had a flow. I wasn't gonna try to imitate it. So let me just give them who I am. That's pain. You know what I'm saying? Let me just give them this. That's what the world is. Let's get through this. That's all my this is my pain. Let's go ahead and get it out my system. And the rest is like, all right, now we can evolve.
Right.
So
in this Black House, this was like the spot where everybody came to and there was so much talent.
Well, it was an
and all
after hour /
show spot
where young people could go and do what the adults was doing down Center City.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Do they
saying?
have that in Philly now?
I think they got rid of Black House. That's not
Yeah,
there
that
no
shit
more.
it's over.
I was doing showcasing and stuff like that for people that had that kind of stuff going on for the young guys, but it had stopped. But I don't think the Black House and none like none of that going on.
No, it ain't no
anymore.
more. You know,
Nah.
remember we used to have Studio 37,
Yeah.
Black House. We used to have dancers.
I think they trying to do it. I just saw. What's the name of the club? City on 34th and Walnut. What's
City Winery.
City Winery.
Okay, so
I think they started
you know
to
who
do that
running
over
that
there.
right now? Chad from C. Diddy from the TRP joint.
Oh, see, it's a
he
few
running that.
names in there
Yeah,
because
he
I know
running
that
that.
building wanted to get they wanted to revamp things in there,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's what they doing there. But other than that, the Black House is not there no more.
It was gone for a while because the guy that used to own it, he just, you know, a lot of his artists were like, you know, Dirty Reek got killed.
Right.
And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Dirty Reek was actually a part of Major Figgaz at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And he got murdered.
And he
But
was in Black House.
Yeah, General was Dirty Reek, El De Niro. Remember, they was like that
Right.
that fraction of what was going
But
on.
I feel like a lot of what's going on with the kids today is that they don't have the outlets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could get into whatever I was getting in the hood, but I was still looking forward to Sunday and Tuesday.
There you go.
Pull up at the Pyramid, you know what I'm saying? Get
Right.
crazy.
Oh,
you
that's
know
what
I
y'all
mean?
had, the Pyramid?
Yeah, we had the Pyramid.
What was that at?
That was Lower East Side.
Okay.
Lower East Side. They had EO Dub end of the week on Sundays and Mental Supreme $1,000 Tuesdays.
So when did it start for you though, Math? Like
It was then.
I mean, I know you the orchestrator of my expert
that
opinion,
shit-
but we want to know, when did it start for you with the lyrics, bro?
Nigga, probably like 10 years old.
10?
There you go.
10 years old. My first rap name was Ice A. For no reason.
Right.
No
nobody-
reason.
I
My
never-
real name, if you know my real name, you'd be like,
Yeah.
No, but knowing you
You know what I'm saying?
though,
Like,
no,
I never
but
heard
listen,
it. I never heard
this
that
was so
name.
crazy though.
Ice A.
Knowing you picked Ice A because
I
it's the
picked Ice
first
A,
letter
man.
in the alphabet and
Number
it
one.
wasn't T.
Cole, and I'm number one. You know what I'm saying?
I do
Word.
that. Well.
So you giving it up hard hop? You just totally done with it?
What, as far as the battle rap
Battle,
shit?
yeah.
I got the itch.
Yeah.
I got the itch. I might go back.
All right, cool. Because you know it's your passion, your first passion. I know it's kind of hard trying to give it up.
It ain't my first passion. My first
Okay.
passion was music.
Okay.
Music is like, that's still like, you know,
That's
I got
different.
180 something joints
Right, I got
sitting
you.
in the stash. Like,
Sparks, let me tell you this, bro.
Mm.
I've heard some of this guy's
Yeah.
original like record.
Yeah. All right, cool. Because I started doing
I'm
my
just
little
saying
homework,
you're a
around.
great
Mobile.
fucking
Let me
artist.
find out, I gotta do more
no,
research.
listen, you're a great artist,
Right.
and I've heard some shit, and we gonna on that, but I've heard some shit, bro. Because I always thought Math was just battle rap. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was always watching him murder motherfuckers on battles. But then when you hear the duality of this motherfucker could make a record.
I can dig it.
And this is why I say, like, this is why I appreciated Omillio's style, because for me, battle rap was one thing. Battle rap was like, okay, all right, let me figure out how to work their rules in my favor.
Right.
But the music that I make, it's life experiences.
There you go.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not based on, yo, I'm the nicest, I'll kill
Yeah.
every MC. I'm
Yeah.
not that guy.
And I see,
You know what I'm saying?
now, I
I'm not
feel you
that-
on that because I
Right.
wasn't the greatest battle rapper either, but I got something off my chest. I want to get that off. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like a gladiator sport again. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm trying to get this off my chest so I can reach. How many other people like me out there is what I'm trying to figure out.
So,
And then you start looking at the analytics and all that, like, well, damn, how many records we sold? This 1 million copies, another 500 million copies, or 500,000, and stuff like that. You be like, damn, that's how many people I can reach through my little pain. All that wine and they so-called wine.
Sparks,
and,
this
I
game
opened
spooky
up.
got me what?
This game juicy got me puffin' loosey. So
Listen.
when I open up, you know,
Right.
and I'm at a vulnerable state, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got me. You dig me?
I'm gonna keep
Now
it real
what?
with you. We was at the height of
Yeah.
our battle back then, and when you said that, I said, "This motherfucker, man!" I said, "This motherfucker gonna say that."
Yeah, because we was like at that time, man. Outside of all that other stuff, it was war in the neighborhoods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the guys setting up shop and they want to go at us, and the young boys thinking we got to fight back.
Yeah.
So we in the middle of that too. So it was like that, guys. You know. So we started rectifying the situation with the moves we made. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, OG, we on, cool that out a little bit. You dig me? Like, damn, we lost a couple people over here. We lost, those kind of meetings. And I used to be out there. You'd be on the middle of the block while it's war. I'm like, yo, and these
I remember I
conversations
pulled
had-
up to where you was actually at. Remember I came down?
Yeah, for the
and
movie.
actually got us. No,
my bad.
me and you had a meeting. Remember that time?
Oh, right.
We had to talk because
Right.
up until shit, man, we let that shit go a long time.
Right.
And it was like when we seen each other, it was always, I don't know why, me and you always had like a different type of mutual respect. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was just more so on the tip, like when you get this type of view on a real brother or a real man, it changes things because it's like, what are we doing this for?
All right, so y'all, in a way, I'm hearing the conversation, but there's a lot of details in between there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm trying to follow because I knew about the major figures and state property,
Right.
beat, but before that, like, how did it even lead up to that?
Well, to be honest, they knew each other. You know, Sigel, I think Sigel, Dutch.
So all right, so let me.
yeah.
I'm gonna lead you into, and you could take it.
I
you
don't-
could
you
take
know,
it from there.
yeah.
So because this is what's crazy that I didn't know. It wasn't at the same time. So myself, Spade, Major Figgaz, and Beanie Sigel. When I met Beans, I was still on house arrest. Right, I couldn't even come outside.
For what?
I was on house arrest. I was on house arrest.
His activities.
I was on house arrest.
Right.
About what you called me about the other day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on house arrest. 24-hour house arrest for a year straight. You feel what I'm saying? Can't go nowhere. That's how they do you in Philly.
Right.
Can't go no fucking. So I remember being on house arrest and Beans pulling up to my house with Gil and Bump.
For the first time?
First time. They said, you gotta meet this nigga. He rapped like nothing we ever heard before.
And now, is this Sigel signed
This
to the Roc?
Monopoly Sigel. This is
Okay. All
this
right.
is
Before then.
this is
Right.
when he just was doing the records with the Roots and shit like that.
Oh,
this
right.
was
Cool.
Beanie Mac. It wasn't
Right.
even Sigel at this time.
Right.
So we met and, you know, I mean, statute of limitation going. When I cut my house arrest journey off and left and went to Yonkers, I would come back to Philly and I would live on 23rd and Reed down South Philly with my man Malachi and my brother Duba, may he rest in peace. And me and Beans would hang together every day because once we met and it was like, I rap this way, you rap this way. And one thing I can say, Mac always loved the way that I wrote a hook. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, you know, certain shit, but back to what you asked me, Mac was like, this was way before state property. So he would come to, like, what happens is down his way, they would have battles at a schoolyard.
Well, Mac
On Sigel Street.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On Sigel Street, we would have these battles. So a couple guys and Major Figures had already met Mac, right? And they was going back and forth on these battles and shit like that. And him and Gilly would always go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Rapping.
So yeah.
But they pulled up together.
Yeah,
Right.
no doubt. Because it was no beef at all. Because it was just, we met a guy who we was like, damn, how the fuck we ain't never run into this dude, you know what I'm saying? And he just nice. So, you know, with all that being said, it was like, once I meet Mac, I'm staying out Southwest at the time at this guy, Stevie G crib. Stevie G was the guy that like brought all of us together for real.
I remember
Him,
he had everybody
Sadiq,
up
Roller.
there. Most Wanted.
Yeah, Most Wanted. All of us, we all came from the same crib.
Right.
56 in Woodland, 56 in Baltimore. We all would go there because in order for us to get deals, we had to find the guys like Mark Byers, Sherman Byers, Sadiq, Roller, Stevie G, Daoud Bey, all of these guys would be the guys that would take us to New York to meet these people, the Uns, the Jay-Z's, all of this stuff that's going on. So us still working, we doing freestyles and putting out music.
Right.
That stuff is getting big on the radio. And I don't think we even knew what was going on because it was getting huge on the radio. So now Jay started coming to Philly. When Jay started coming to Philly, he started looking for the people who were on these records. In the beginning, you couldn't even identify us. You know what I'm saying? It was no faces back then. It was just
what's on the tape.
Yeah, what's
what
on the
you
tape.
heard.
So
Yeah,
motherfuckers
yeah.
thought I was Lava. Because Lava would say Smooth Thug with the good hair. So they like, you Lava? And I'm like, no, I ain't fucking Lava. But it's like they
We
don't
didn't
know.
have Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah, we
then,
ain't had none of that shit.
Right.
We did no. Like,
So
like,
when you got on camera and shoot your first video,
yeah, so
but
all,
I made it.
eyes on hip hop.
Niggas seen a couple curls. He just smoothed out. It's a smooth thug with the good hair right there.
Eyes on Hip Hop. You remember that nigga? The nigga Eyes on Hip Hop that would come to Philly and Too Raw for the Streets?
Yeah, now True
Yeah,
Raw.
Too Raw
for the
I remember
Streets,
him.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Salute to Too Raw for the Streets. That's my guy.
Okay.
So he would do our
DVDs.
visuals on us rapping so people could know what's going on.
Right.
So just to back up a little bit on the situation, Mac first joint that he dropped was the Best of Beanie Sigel. The Best of Beanie Sigel was Cosmic Kev put together a joint, and it was us, Most Wanted, and Beans. We did a great situation. It was all just him taking freestyles from us from the radio and freestyles we would do over people beats and put it out. And after he put it out, it went and did what it did. So then it goes from that to Hove coming down. Now Hove come down to Philly, and I'm in the nightclub one night, and I hear, "Where Dutch at?" Like, what the? What? Jay-Z from
Right.
Hard Knock Life.
Oh, Hope said it on stage.
Yeah, like
Okay.
he like, yo, come up here. He like, yo, I want to hear that. If my watch was a Rollie, would you like that shit?
Right.
I'm like, you know that shit? Like, what the fuck is going on? Nigga passed me a bottle of Cristal, and I went crazy.
All right, so from your perspective, how was this happening? How were you there that night?
No.
How
When
did the Jay-Z connection?
This how me and Hov met. Sigel was up Roc-A-Fella already. Remember backstage and all that kind of stuff. I think once they deal whatever they had going on, because like he's just telling me, I was hearing it was stories and stuff like y'all was with I knew somebody from the neighborhood that knew Deacon them already, and I guess Deacon them was in a little pickle with that situation, and me and O got introduced to them, and they heard us, and we took us to Hov, and we do Loving My Niggas, and Hov was loving it, you know, and then we was on from there. That's what happened with me and O, and
From that night?
No, not from that night. From us actually just making noise in the neighborhood, like in the city, and we went up to spit for Jay in New York, and he was going crazy when he told Leo what it was, and the rest was history. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know
Did
that.
I do give it to me? I do give it to me.
Yeah, and this is when I asked about these stories. Like, what's the details? Like, you met Hov, you rapped to him. How long before the signing? You met Un. How long? Like, how was it?
Okay,
how
so
was it being broken down?
1997, I meet Un.
Right.
Right? I'm 17 in 1997. We didn't have no demo, no nothing. We all go to Stevie G crib. Me, Major Figgaz, Beanie Sigel. We all rapping in like a cipher. The last two people to rap was me and Spade. I spit a verse, hook, he rap. I spit a verse, hook, he rap. Stevie G said, I could take y'all to New York tomorrow. And I got this guy named Un, who was Biggie's right-hand man, that's got a label called Entertainment. He already signed Cam. He already signed Charlie Baltimore. I could get y'all a situation. He looking for a 2-man group.
This is after Biggie passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after Biggie passed. Biggie passed, what, 96? So 97, we on the way up there. So when he say this, he say, me and Spade, we knew each other, but he was from Knightstown, I'm from Erie Avenue, so Sparks will tell you that's like a little bit of ways away.
Yeah, it is. And I'm from West, so when they doing Southwest and South Philly and all, you know, that's forbidden territory. Well, not forbidden, it's just as geographically.
We just don't go there.
Yeah.
We just don't go there.
It was different. So I'm West Side. And as youngins, this is what we absorb. You know, that's in our mindset. You take it to the jails. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's how I go down. So if they had the industry over there, it'd be like, oh, because people setting up shop over there. You know what I mean? It'd be like that kind of stuff going on. That's how that was going. Because I came in 99. I think they was over there in 97. We got signed in 99, August of 99.
Yeah, so 97, we having a cipher inside of Stevie G's home. Matt go, Bubonic go, Mr. go, Spade go, I go, Mr. go, Beans go, boom, boom, boom. The last 2 niggas to rap was me and Spade. So Stevie G said, all right, I'm gonna take y'all to New York tomorrow. We like, tomorrow? All right, fuck it. We gonna go to tomorrow. We go to Un. We rap for Un. Just have like we did in the house. Hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, verse. Unlike, let's do it. Let's do the deal. No demo, no nothing.
You got this contract. What was the process? Did you sign it on the spot?
It was within a week.
Within a week?
Yeah, within a
so
week.
You had a lawyer look over it?
Yeah, Wallace Collins, Esquire, was the lawyer that looked over it.
Where did you get this lawyer from?
From Stevie G. Stevie G said he had a great entertainment lawyer in New York.
Right.
Which Wallace was a great entertainment lawyer at the time. He done a lot of deals, man.
I dealt with Wallace too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what's crazy because
for the Roc-A-Fella joint?
But
For
so
him,
this what
yeah.
you know what's so crazy? Stevie G, Sadiq, and Roller was all a part of the same pulling us all in.
I understand, but I had fired all them guys when I got with Bernie. Because
Bernie Resnick,
I got with Bernie, so I said, all right, because
when did you fire them, though?
It's like they know I was on my joint because they said, wow, now Wild's good name is good. Don't get me wrong, his name is good, but that's what I didn't like. I didn't like that
he
was
had
their
all
lawyer.
of us?
Yeah. No, not y'all.
No,
That
I'm
was
talking
a
about
lawyer.
he had too many people.
Yeah, it was like a conflict. Now I had my own money, so like the process took us like a month to sign, to even get it done. I think we worked it out for like a month and a half or some shit like that. Excuse my language, but that was going on, and it didn't. So I guess there was a lot of kinks to get worked out at that time, but yeah, it was a lot going on.
Math, you know this is the first time we've ever talked about this. Like this is, I didn't know this. Like this is probably where the confusion came in at because so we went with Wallace, right? Now we're in entertainment. We rap for Un say, I'll take them. Let's go. Now, Jay is still, I would meet up with Jay at the Armory and on Delaware Avenue. Anytime he came to see Cosmic Kev, he would request me, Beanie Sigel, Spade, and a couple other people to come down because what was supposed to happen was the dynasty. This is what he kept saying. I got a dynasty right now with you, Gil, Major Figgaz, Beanie Sigel. I got a dynasty right now. I didn't know what was going on, though, behind the scenes with him and Un. So when him and Un was, fighting, we don't know. So we take the deal with Un and still go watch football with Dame and Hove over right down the street because we was on 23 East Madison Avenue.
Why'd you take the deal with Un if Jay-Z was requesting you so much?
We took the deal because
I want you to take your time and
No,
think
he was
about.
interested in major figures. He wasn't talking about Dutch and Spade.
Oh, okay. So Dutch and Spade was a
Yeah,
separate.
yeah. So I always was smart enough to know that you don't have to do one thing when 3 things are optional.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So why would I, you know what I'm saying? It's like you making a sandwich. Sometimes you don't just want mustard on it. You feel what I'm saying? So when he asked, we were already, I signed my deal with UN in 97. I was 17 years old. My mother had to sign my contract. I wasn't even old enough to sign the contract. I was already booked in. What happened was he lost his situation, his overhead situation with Epic. So we had to sit for a little bit. But we still were locked into the contract. Hove at this time was still my brother at this time. Like, I fucked with Hove to the point where it was like, nigga, we would go see this nigga and rap for this nigga and hours. Hove would rap. Like, it was Jadakiss, Hove, all of us. Like, you gotta remember, all of this shit started. It's when you telling a story, it goes like it's no, this simultaneously this shit is happening. I was in Yonkers in the beginning of 97 with Kissing Them. Me and Bump was supposed to sign the Rough Riders. I just needed the money so bad that unoffered the situation before we could get the Rough Rider situation going.
There's the answer. There's the answer.
Right. So that's how it, you know what I'm saying? Niggas needed the money.
Right.
And me being on the run and my mom being on the situation that she was, I needed the money now.
Right.
I couldn't keep being out Southwest and not have no motherfucking chipperoni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have no paper because at the end of the day, my OGs, Dana Black and Stevie G and all them, they was, you know, they had pecan jags at the time and this and that. And it's like, you gotta have what you talking about. So I need to get some fucking money because I can't keep rapping about if my watch was a Rollie, would you like that?
Keep up with these.
Hey man, what you mean? No, I kept up with me. I was rapping about having a Rollie and I ain't have no fucking Rollie. Fuck you, man. I'm trying to, at this point.
The young guys.
Niggas wasn't 17 with no Rollies.
Yeah, y'all niggas was targets, bro. If I got in a cypher with you and I see you talking about some shit and I look you up and down, oh nah, you're a target.
So I tried to change the trajectory on that. Because we knew that it was guys like you that we had to come to New York and deal with.
Right.
So by the time we got to New York, all that shit was settled. It was rolling money, it was car money. My first car was a CLK 430 that me and my homies used to ride around in. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
My first watch was a motherfucking presidential Rolex.
Right. So Sparks,
I never was into all that.
Never.
I used to throw my rock chain. I treated it like the feds was coming to get me. I don't like none of this attention. If you look, my Lincolns, everything I had when I got some money, I gave it to people and let my lady, I was married, let my wife have it. Anything go wrong, something go at the house, pick the kids up, send the money over. It was just like that. And my
Sparks,
18
stop
seater.
bullshitting. You had a Jacob. Stop that.
No. They was gifts. They were all gifts, I'm sure. Of course, I wore the diamonds. That was holding them looking out. I say, I would take the gifts.
Right.
I would take the
gifts.
gifts.
But your shit was crazy.
Yeah, it
like,
was
you had a
nice.
nice wheel,
Yeah.
nice watch, all that. Don't you sit there acting like you ain't give a fuck. You had a Jacob.
I care now. Like today, I might go do something.
You know how hard it was
got
to get a fucking Jacob?
My credit score was 800 now. I'm ready to go act up.
But do you know how hard it was to get a Jacob?
No,
you had a fucking Jacob on.
But that's because we were with the Rock, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I don't get into it about that kind of stuff. So when you see people arguing and stuff, it's like, man, that man just changed my life. Now, the only thing is I never talked about the Jews and stuff like that, but I think I gave it a shout out to you. I was talking about the Lockman because I came up, it's funny you said that because I became a watch guy. I used to love the watches. Did
you say Lockman?
The Lockman. I had the
Oh
Lockmans.
my God. No, we had Lockmans.
Yeah.
We had the motherfucking.
I think I had a Breitling. That shit my man got robbed. And then I lost the Lockman in the fight. I lost my Lockman in the fight in the club.
Quorum, remember the Quorums?
Yeah.
You can't be fighting with all that shit.
Yeah, you can't fight with
I didn't know how, so I'm supposed to have insurance or put that in the safe deposit pot. Nobody's telling me this. Nobody's telling me, so I'm just taking L after L after L.
Yeah, because at that time we didn't
I
care
felt
about
like
having
the
a
Eagles back in the
toaster with us.
in the earlier days. I said, "Oh man," I said, "Oh
Yeah,
man."
so that's where the separation came in at though, Math. It was like we was just a few years ahead of the state property situation. So what happens is, Hove offers us a situation, right? Now we just did a deal over at Warner Brothers for Major Figgaz, and they had gave us a shitload of money over at Warner Brothers. So
what's a shitload of money?
A shitload of money, bro.
Come on, man. What's a shitload of money, man?
We had. I want to say, because I want to have an accurate number for you. I don't want to do no cap and crunch.
You don't want to put the sprinkles on it.
Yeah, I don't want to put no sprinkles on it. So it was probably 500,000.
500,000.
Right? For young niggas at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning what we were able to use for the album and stuff like that, which
that's a budget.
We thought was our money.
Yeah.
It's not your money.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everything's
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I had 5 record deals.
It's a loan.
Yeah, I had 5 record deals in my time, and most of them joints was 30,000, 50,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it was, as a young nigga, you thinking, oh, we get a chance to touch the over compensation money. But what was supposed to happen was when you do a deal, and you do a 3-album deal, the contract is supposed to go whatever's in that 3-album deal, home, car, yada, yada, yada. You're supposed to get that. You turn the album in, renegotiation. Turn the album in, renegotiation. They didn't teach us that. So just to move on to what was going on, Hove offered us a deal. Us and Beanie Sigel, Major Figgaz and Beanie Sigel. It was supposed to be the dynasty. So the first record that we recorded was Philly. It was a record called the P, the A, Philly, right? And when Hove heard me say what I said, he was like, yo, we got to do this, right? And then he was going to do the M, the A, the R, the C, the Y, you know, just to make it work. When he offered us the money, it was $11,000 that he was offering each Major figure with opportunity. Because I don't want to slander the 11,000. I want to say it was with opportunity. Right. And what we didn't understand was we were selling a lot of merchandise in the neighborhood. MF t-shirts, everybody had one of them joints. It wasn't a person in Philly that didn't buy it.
Right.
So what he was doing was he was offering us opportunity. When you're young, you don't understand that opportunity is just as good as money.
Right. You didn't see the value of the opportunity.
No,
you were just looking for the money.
And I didn't see that him and the fat boy was, you know what I'm saying, going through their shit. So it's still simultaneously that him and was going through their shit.
So what's going on from your side at that time?
With Roc-A-Fella?
Yeah.
With,
you stayed out of a lot of shit, didn't you, bro?
Yeah, because I was always in my own crisis. Every time I come sit down with the big guy, I'm sitting there like, hey guys, what do you need from me?
Clap it up for that one.
Every time I'm like, what do you need? What do you need? What I owe you? But like my whole thing was just like, man, you know, my home front was important. You know what I mean? And that was going on. I had a lot of stuff going on. But I knew I couldn't make that conflict with my business. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how to separate the two. All right, just be on time because corporate America showing me a different situation from the hood. So I'm just paying attention to that kind of stuff and just, you know, that's how I stayed. And I stayed in the studio. Me and Guru would be in there sleeping in there all night. You know what I mean? So that's why
Salute to Guru, man.
Yeah, that's
my
why
guy.
State Property 1, State Property 2 I'm in there doing hooks and verses, and by the time they get there, the album's done.
But I didn't even know Guru knew me.
Oh yeah,
and Guru walked up on me and was like, Dutch, man, nigga, I'm not far from you. I'm from Delaware.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yep.
He like, yeah.
But we had to pay back millions of dollars too. I think they let us mess around. I think the budget was 3.5 or something like that, you know, periods and all that kind of stuff too. that he was talking about.
Hold on, for the prop, y'all had 3.5.
Nah, that was just me and O. Our period deals. It was just
Hold
me and O.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hold up. You and O.
Dutch about to lose his shit, bro.
No, because
yeah, man. That's what happens, man. Read the paperwork, my nigga.
That's what
Read the paperwork.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let
Then
y'all
we
know.
never
I
did
ain't-
get
I
to
ain't-
drop the album.
yeah,
That's why I was like, because I knew it was alone, but you know, let me
I
do
just
something
moved
more with
on.
the money.
Listen,
And you gonna
that
make
shit
yours
right
the first
there, he
week.
just said,
Ain't making
I
nothing
just
the
bought
first
a
week.
house on Sesame Street. This shit is bad.
But nah, that's what we had going on. So, you know, unfortunate, you know, my partner was getting in trouble and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
unfortunate.
yeah, you know, he was getting in trouble, but I can't stop that kind of stuff, you know, because I can only control what you're doing around me on my watch. When guys are grown, they leave out you ain't in my presence, then they do what they do. So it was like it was hard.
I'm gonna say it again. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Cause he went through some stuff too, so it was like, dang, man. But I wouldn't change none of that for the world, cause them guys changed my life, like I said, you know. And I didn't even know all that was going on. The rap beef was all that, but that was what it was.
You was in your own world. What was happening?
That's because I'm, you know, like I said, I'm from a different part of the city, so I was just taking care of home. I ain't gonna hold you. I think I was married at that time. You know what I mean? So
Back then?
I had a baby. You know what I'm saying? I had just had a son. Yeah, I just had my son Omillio. So I was just like on that, you know. And then it was like, then the house got robbed and all that. They just coming through the crib and all that. That's what they told me. I don't know how true it was, but I made sure I picked the family up after that. You know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff was going on.
You
So
said you don't know if it's true?
Well, that's what they told me. So when she said that,
What do you mean? What do you mean that's what they told you? What do you mean?
that's what it had to be. She called. Because sometimes people don't believe everything. But I come from the air, believe none of what you have, what you see sometimes.
Right.
But when the wife told me that happened, I was just like, all right, really, I'm going to put them all up. So I had that kind of stuff going on about taking care of family. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was important. So family first, the rest, you know. And that's to take care of it. So you know I got to come do my job. And you can't do the job if you think they not right.
Right.
So you always put them up.
So why do you think people haven't heard more from you?
Right now, you know why? I think somebody, I don't know what's going on, because I've been putting the records out.
I mean like at that time, like you said you was being in the studio with Google.
Oh, because I had a deal with O. I did have a record deal with O, so I had an obligation. So when I couldn't get O there, I just started doing my own thing, mixtapes, putting Crack on, you know what I mean, getting Petey Crack signed, you know, putting him down, so me and Louis and them would kick it, me and the Italians. I was dealing with different people. I'd be in South Philly with the Italians. I'd be running around.
Salute to Louis, man. Louis was a good guy, man.
I'd be in North with 500 and stuff like that. And all those
Envy.
guys.
Salute to Envy 500.
I'd be running around like that. And I still had my own problem, but them kind of stories I never told nobody. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff that was going on, I keep it to myself. But that ain't nothing, you know, that's my own personal stuff. But at the end of the day, that was pretty much, and not wanting the label to feel like I'm a liability, because with me, it was always liability and humble yourself. Liability, humble yourself.
You used to get them.
That's me. That's how I'm motherfucker.
So walk me through it. What would happen, and what would be the conversation, and who's giving you the speech?
It be coming from people that's prior competition. You know what I mean? It was like because they wasn't doing business with me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I bet I do gotta be humble. But I'm making records. This is what they couldn't stop. I am an asset. You know what I mean? I am on the joints with big joints with Big Homie. You know what I mean?
No, to this date, you have the number one selling single that Homie ever put out, which is Hustler. That's the number one single.
Right. So even if they trying to mask that, it's still one of them things where the industry know what's going on. You know what I mean? Right. I'm waking up, I look on social media, I'm seeing Saquon Jackson with the joint rolling, I'm seeing him in Paris. It's still to this day, we was just at a block party when I walked up. So they know me, you know what I'm saying? So even if you're not being honest on camera, the public is still rocking with
Roch,
you.
can I ask you a question? I want to know that. I've been wanting to know this for 25 years. How did the Hustler Baby situation come about? Like what
There's a lot of speculation around that record. People say, "Oh, Jay took the record from him, and this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah." And like, what is the actual story?
The story is with Dynasty album was supposed to be a compilation album. I was working on mine.
Right.
Give It To Me was going to be the record. Parking Lot Pimpin' was gonna be a single. Big Homie, I didn't feel like that was strong enough, So I said, Dean's telling me I'm in the other studio, and I was doing Give It To Me. Give It To Me was about, one of my wild nights. You know what I mean? It was just really about a wild night. That's why I said I was in my freak mode.
How'd you get this Pharrell beat? Hold on. How'd you get this Pharrell beat?
Oh, cause Jay wanted the record. So me and him, he said I want it. I said, all right. We worked our business out, and we went to go to Pharrell's studio, and we got the record done.
Hold on, wait. So
that's what I was saying.
Hold on.
I did a record with Pharrell.
This is how people get lost.
You know
This is how people get lost. Because we thinking
Let's
that
reroute.
you had the beat
Oh, no.
Pharrell.
No, I was on a different beat.
It was on a different beat.
Right.
And how much of it was the same?
No, the hook.
The chorus.
My verses, he didn't keep the verses.
Right.
I give him the chorus. It's it's the regular chorus.
I'm a hustler, baby.
No.
No.
Pharrell and them. So we worked collectively together to come up with all that.
Oh,
It wasn't just me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't just me.
Salute
I can't
to
take credit
Pharrell.
for every. He makes the beat. All that other stuff ain't had nothing to do with me. But I just brought that, and I guess the world loves to have sex.
Wow.
It's a sexy world out there. you know what I mean? What do you want me to do? And that's what I didn't even tell them that story. If you knew the whole situation, I can't though. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things.
So he walked in the studio and
you
said,
know,
"I need that," or it was like.
It was on a different beat.
Yeah, and then it was one of my nights, and nobody never knew what was going on. But it's a great record. It's to this day. So evidently,
No,
it's
you
one
know that's
thing.
the most like it's the top of the his singing.
There you go. That means the sex is not going nowhere. Sex sells.
Yeah,
Seduction.
to this date, that's the most selling record, single wise, that Hov has.
Yeah.
Hustler.
So where did people get the misconception that he stole the record from?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's one of them things where everybody's passionate and passions be high about certain things. You know how the world works, and we'll be somewhere and it'll be like, but that's a problem between me. That's a situation me and him have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me and him know what's going on.
Right.
So so I can't get in the middle of that because fans are going. Commenters and fans, they all gonna have their own.
Did it go the way that you
Perspective.
wanted it to go with the record, or was it? Is it something like
At that time, yeah. At that time, I don't see. Plus today, the way he gave me my credit with SoundScan right there. Once this is worked out.
So no, what I'm saying is the people that
good.
have speculation.
So
the people that have
you get credits and you
because
get
my voice
royalties
is
off
on
it.
there and everything. So
right. So the people that have speculation dead it right now. What the speculation dead this shit right now. So the people can't have no speculation. Give them this is you right here where you could dead this shit right now.
It's been dead. I talked to M Easy, but he didn't steal nothing. It's been dead. That's like another joint that when that come out, you know what I'm saying? It's just like getting back in the mix and making my rounds because we all know that that's probably the problem when you elevate it and no matter what's going on, I'm still working, so I'm constantly elevating. No matter because I never cared about what everybody else cared about.
Right.
That's what happens. What happens when you strip? You can strip me of all that if you want, and then you see the man, what he really stand for, what he believe.
Right. M Easy, Memphis Bleak.
Yep. M. Dot sat down, so we chopped it up. That felt good. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it was no money coming between us. These relationships wasn't never jacked up about that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's as simple as like a sit down like conversation amongst men and say, "Dang, dog, I missed you." You know what I'm saying? Where you was at? Why you ain't holler at? Because everybody's going back and forth about woulda, coulda. Yeah, I could. You could have been there too. If we keep that going, I say it and tell the others. It's like standing in the way of a brick wall.
Right. We had this conversation earlier today.
You see what I'm saying? It's like standing in the way of a brick wall. Because if you keep doing that, that's exactly what goes on. It's like no closure. Nobody's saying it. It's strictly to the, it's strictly outside. But we never. And that's why you see other people making a killing. Because they know how to conversate and have a man conversation. Put all the egos and all the pride and all that to the side. Man, let's get to $1.
For sure.
So now when they trying to find somebody to point the finger, you still looking crazy because it's 3. So now there's another black book somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
That somebody tried to bury and it just didn't go right for everybody.
How's your relationship with Oschnio these days?
I reached out to him a couple of days ago because I think Dame called me on the phone and I know they was doing business and stuff like that. And he was saying, and I was like, you know what? Maybe there was a conversation that needed to be had because it was a miscommunication. And I think everybody else was just handling it instead, and I'm just going through regular life. If you know me, then if I'm off the set, it's like somebody bugging about me going home and take care of the family. So if I'm taking, that's the only thing I had going on. If you don't see me on the set, is trying to make sure things squared away.
Right.
And if you talking about business, if the money ain't right, then how could I ever take care? So clearly, you know what I'm saying? So can't nobody come to me tomorrow. Yeah, I did this. No, I did.
Well,
this.
Dame has been saying a lot lately. I won't get into what Dame has been saying because it's kind of like,
it hurts. It hurts to see that.
No, you just don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like men don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what
I'm not talking about Dame. No. What I'm saying is Dame has been saying a lot, and that's his truth. Is what I'm saying. Like it's not about nothing else. He's speaking on what he feels.
Oh, his perspective.
Yeah, his perspective on things.
Because that's Damon. You can't be Damon. I'm not Damon Dash. Damon Dash is going to feel totally different from what we feel because it's Damon Dash. We can't. I don't know what it feel like to be have a relationship with Hov like that. Biggs, we don't even hear about Biggs, but what he went through, you know what I'm saying, that situation. Because so when you think about it, it's like, dang, I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? I can only try to wrap my mind around it. Like, wow. I kind of been through it with people, but it's like we met on business. You know what I mean? These guys came and actually built together. You know what I mean? So that ride, that's how I still got to connect.
When people ask me, I'm like, Hov and Dame got a lot of shit that they personally got going on. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
Right. But that's what I'm saying about even with State Prop. Even if them guys doing their business deals, it's still one of them things when you see it in the world, we turn it because this is what we are, history. So it's like playing with records I wrote and somebody trying to bury that and sweep. And I literally said it. So that's why I be looking back like, okay, all right, guys, I see it's cute. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's me. And if the world calling for it, the world. And not only that, not only they calling for me, it's looking jacked up for that side because look what's happening because you playing around with something you ain't supposed to be playing around with.
What we talking about?
In the world, you know how if Roc-A-Fella was a unit, we a family. You say that, boom, that family changed families. And I tell them on records I did it for the 7 families. So if you doing it and you saying you putting it out there, it ain't like I'm putting bad energy in the world. That's how I felt. So if anything going wrong, like that's why the conversation with us need to be had amongst us.
Why do you think these conversations don't happen?
I'm not sure. I can't even.
You dealing with mental health.
Like
you,
you know what I'm
saying? You don't walk through the fire with therapy. Like, listen.
All right, this what it is. It's don't hide how you really feel. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This what you can't hide. Like if I've been through stuff. So whatever you going through, you ain't saying nothing slick to the can of oil. That's like a youngin' telling me something.
Lay it on me,
Jack.
Jack.
All right, if you don't want to listen, you about to go through all that hell.
Right.
And while I'm trying to build my heavens. You understand where I'm coming from? Because I just came from that way. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem. So whatever you're going through, it ain't like you going through something, too far-fetched that somebody else ain't been through. Just come, you gotta embrace it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta identify, embrace it. Let's sit down, chop it up, and get through it. It's gonna make you feel better. Because anything else other than that is toxic.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you said, and it turns into this ball of this whole situation. It turns into this whole situation. It's like, hey, God, we got to put that out.
I think that and a lot of men out here, you really need to get in touch with your feelings.
Right.
And it's not no bitch shit. It's not no. Oh, that's
a spiritual thing.
I hate when they do that.
That's you know what I mean?
Right,
it's not gay. It's not nothing.
Right.
Because what a lot of people are doing are they're taking their actual feelings and putting another meaning in front of it.
Right.
And for the rest of us, some of us who have emotional intelligence, we know what's happening.
Right.
We know what's happening.
Right.
But when you sit there and you keep creating 100 different reasons on why you feel this way, and you're not saying the actual thing.
Right. Get it out. Get it out your system.
Just get it out.
Because it's poison.
I was hurt.
It's
killing you.
I was jealous.
And then, like you say, you turn it into this thing of, this community.
You know what I mean?
It's not. It's you not identifying with what's going on.
But these are things that men have an issue saying.
Right.
They have an issue saying, that hurt my feelings.
Not me. That's why I got a circle. Look, guys, I was trying. I need a hug. I gotta know. And like, this is a military. Here's my business card. There, they talk. They understand. So yeah, what's the problem over here now?
Right.
You know, I'm opening up.
Right.
You understand?
No, well, while we doing that, I want to say this because this is something to me that matters. Gilly, Freeway, Oschnio. I pray that the Lord of your understanding brings you peace with your children that you lost.
Right, right.
A lot of that needs to be spoken about because a lot of pain comes from people losing children and losing sight of what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I wanna send not no shout out, a prayer out to those brothers who experienced what I didn't experience. I only lost my mother. I don't know what it's like to lose a child.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the lashing out and people speaking the way they speaking comes from a place where none of us will understand because
it's pain.
I can't say none of us, and we're not gonna get into that, but losing a child
It's different.
is different.
Right.
It's different. And those that can empathize with that, I wholeheartedly pray every day for those types of brothers and females that are going through those types of things.
Right.
Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media where people have been expressing themselves in a painful way.
Right.
And I just want to give my condolences and my love to those people who are suffering from things I can't understand.
Yeah.
I only lost my mother, my grandmother, my uncles and things like that. And I don't know what it's like to lose a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when a person's angry about losing a child, I can't say they're wrong. I can't say they're right. All I can say is I'm gonna pray for you because I don't know what I would do if I would lose any of my kids, bro. I do this shit for my kids. Excuse my language, but I do it for the kids, bro. We all do it for the kids.
Right.
We all human. I don't dehumanize myself. I look at it like, bro, we all can suffer from these same things. But man, salute the Oschnio's children. Salute the Gil child that he lost. Salute the Freeway children that he lost. And may Allah bring peace to y'all brothers. That's what I want to say. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, that's seriously, because when I talked to him, I understood. That's what I had to explain to him. You know, I had, you know how you got to separate yourself from the other business, even with the business side. It's like it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that because nobody worried about when I went through changes. You know what I mean? But that is serious. So now you see what I mean about in the flesh and why because it's a bond, man. You can't put that money between a relationship because you can ruin things. So and that was my godchild at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't I not
We
want to
talking
show
about
up?
Oschnio,
Oh
right?
yeah, why wouldn't I not be there? This family know me, you know what I'm saying? But it's something me and him had to talk about. He probably was just missing me, you know what I'm saying? We started this together. It got to be something in that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just one of them things. I knew how to do damage control on my stuff because I either came in the world with somebody else or I was doing my thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was jacked up. So we really needed to kick it, you know what I'm saying?
Have y'all
On
spoke
that level.
after this recent, like?
Yeah. Last time I was here. And I actually got on the phone with him like that, you know, outside of the Philly, you know, situation.
No, because I know y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I know you
because,
care about.
That's like a whole different world out there.
Right.
But just to get on the phone with him and like, yo, you know, we could have been busted. I've been trying to do it before all this happened, but with that being said, when people lose their child, you're right, it's kind of jacked up. You know what I mean?
It's like nobody can tell nobody how to grieve.
It's not easy to deal with. And, you know, you get to a certain age, you know, you have your own shit going on, and sometimes you got blinders on.
Right.
Sometimes you're not even looking around like to see who left, who fell behind.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people just deal with their own shit.
I know.
And then when you look around, you're like, yo, why's my man bugging over there? Oh, he's going through this.
Right.
You don't know how to deal with it.
Right. And that's what's, because even with that, you got to block out the negativity. You know what I'm saying? Because I was dealing with a lot too. You know, people were sticking their cameras in my face and stuff. I couldn't even party. I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to hide in the alleyway. I'm doing stuff I ain't never did before.
Right.
I gotta hide in the alleyway to go and have my fun down. The doors, I'm like, you guys ain't doing right. You ain't protecting me like you're supposed to. I ain't never did you like that.
Right.
So I'm dealing with that in the hood. I'm like, hey man, these guys have changed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, and all I'm doing was selling my own goodies. You know what I'm saying? I got my own merchandise. So while y'all doing that, I'm owning my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm registering my stuff. I'm LLCing my stuff. I'm putting time on it. You know, because my OSENT LLC been active for years now. But I'm learning the game that didn't nobody want to give me. And that's what I'm saying about us as a group, a unit, in Philly, period. You know what I'm saying? About people getting in and doing business and sitting down talking real business instead of, it's keeping us away from things. So at the end of the day, sometimes, and that's another part be showing me where I'm at, because sometimes you gotta remove yourself from certain situations, though.
Right.
Because if you become become so accessible to somebody, they take it for granted.
Yeah. And especially somebody from the streets.
Right.
A lot of the brothers from the streets that rode with you, that went through the wars with you, that been through the violence, that did the time.
Right.
There's a lot of trauma there
Yeah.
that shows up in the latter years, and you don't necessarily understand it.
Right.
Because it's not being expressed. Again,
Right.
I got homeboys that I love to death, but I gotta stay away from.
Right.
Because the way that you play out your traumas is a danger for me and anybody around.
And I didn't understand
which
when I was
makes
young.
a danger for you.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I might come too close to you,
Right.
and I know you love me,
Right.
but what are you doing to people that you love right now?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
So it's tough, man. I suggest everybody out there, listen, you're not supposed to wake up feeling like you don't want to be here. You're not supposed to wake up feeling like somebody took something from you. You're supposed to wake up and feel grateful for every day that you're living. So if you're not feeling like that, chances are you're dealing with something. You can't pinpoint it. There's something there that you need help for. Yeah. You need some help.
And you're always welcome to come to man to man.
I want to say this
welcome.
though, Sparks, and we haven't done this in 20-something years, right? And I'm glad that Math, without knowing, did this for us.
Right.
I want to say this. I watched some of your interviews as of recently. I want to thank you for always giving me the props, and you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know that you felt like that about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like giving me the props on being a great artist and stuff like that. And for the things that we have been through, for the 20 years, as a man, I apologize, bro.
It's all good.
I want to tell you this.
That's right.
No, real rap, bro. I'm telling you that. Now look into this camera right here, bro.
What's up?
Philly, let's get our shit together. Go follow what this man got going on. He's trying to help the youth. Go follow what I got going on. Math gave me an opportunity. This is different.
Plus, they couldn't take that town away from them. We knew they were great artists.
For sure.
That's what be going on through the war.
I wanted to.
He was thorough, man.
Bro, imagine if we could have made records back in the day, bro.
Right. But we was young, so that's why that was some grown people stuff we just did there. So that was, wake up.
Ain't
up,
nobody.
fellas.
Listen, let me tell you this, bro.
Right.
Nobody has ever seen. Besides the small little community that we have, me and Sparks been cool since we did the motherfucking movie in 2007?
Yeah, Expendable,
Yeah, like we got around each other for the first time in 2007. It was like, we talented as shit.
Yeah, because everybody was doing stuff, and you know what's good for business and what's bad for business. So at the end of the day, it's like, I think, especially for us, because we was worldwide. So we had to do that. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them things. This ain't just because it's a local thing. You know what I mean?
Shabazz the OG, salute to you, my brother.
Yep.
You are the conduit for this type of shit. Math, salute to you. You are the conduit.
This is beautiful.
Salute to you, brother.
This is beautiful.
You listen.
But I gotta say this though. Walking through those moments, if you could go back and tell yourself like, yo, don't do this, don't do that, to prevent certain things. Spade going to jail. Like, the drama between the camps,
Mm-hmm.
what would you have changed? What would you have told each side? Like,
Well, I couldn't do nothing about it because
As far as that was a
the record
deep
was out.
jump.
I told him a long time he was being mean. They was being meanie weenies. You know, they were being meanie weenies. I was minding my business, going about my day, and there was just all these nasty records out because of some beef they got. So I was like, I wasn't there. I was just defending my family, my honor. But no. At the end of the day, it was just let's get money. That's what I'd have said. You know what I mean? I'd have just been like, let's get to $1. You know, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why do you think y'all the Philly beef escalated and the Locks and Rock beef didn't?
Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. That's what it was.
What you think?
You know what? I think those guys just had business folks around them, and they was a little bit advanced than us. We was younger, you know what I'm saying? So of course, like Dutch said, he was 17. I was young. I was about 18, and that's how chain of command sometimes work. It's just like the hood, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, those guys a little older than us. If we get booked, we can come right out. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of them things. But we here to live another day. You know what I'm saying? And see another day. It was unfortunate about some of the situations that took place. But at the end of the day, you know, we around people were grown. What was this 20-something years ago? And
25.
So most people that go away must you pay your debt to society. You know, you gotta what we doing to move forward. So
We're gonna take a 5-minute break. You ever been on Drink Champs?
now I know.
No, they won't let me get on Drink Champs. Everybody talk about me on Drink Champs, but they don't let me get on.
What you mean they don't let you get on? You spoke to Nori personally?
I went to EFN.
And he said that you
I
can't
went to
go.
EFN
But
when
I
I
know
was
Nori
in
get busy on
Miami
that drink.
and went to him and asked him what's going on. Why do people keep speaking upon my name and I can't tell my side?
Who said? Why you? So you?
Miss Rudy.
All right.
Nori keep
Make
ducking
me
me. That's what we doing.
Nori ducking you.
Nori
Red
ducking
Bull.
me. If you can get me on the phone with Nori, we can make it happen because he just was on my page again. I don't know why he go on my page to like shit, but then he don't want to talk to me.
Because they paying attention. That's what that means. Let me tell you how it goes, right? Let me tell you how it goes. You'll start to get likes. You'll start to get likes.
Yeah, well, ice with Red Bull. Thanks. I'll just put it.
You know what's so crazy?
You'll start to get likes from people
No, you know what?
that you haven't seen or spoke to in a little while. And then that lets you know, okay, that window of opportunity is coming.
Okay. So I'll just call you and let you help me with the window.
What, to Nori?
Yeah.
Nah, you on your own. You on your own with that
Oh,
one.
see, that's what I'm saying. I knew I was on my own. That's why every time I talk to him,
I'm
nigga,
on my own with that one. You dig what I'm saying? But there's gonna come a point where that story is gonna be something that he's gonna be like, yo, I need to get the story.
Wow.
He shouldn't be like that with me, though. I protected Nori in a lot of situations.
It may be so, but business is business. And you make it too personal.
Yeah, but good business and bad business is two different things, right?
Right.
So we ain't even gonna get into that.
What?
We'll talk. Me and you gonna talk about that later.
How we get there?
No, I'm saying good business and bad business is two different things with him. So I call you and I let you know, like I was supposed to do the show.
You had a date. That's what you're saying?
EFN was pushing like a motherfucker, and then Nori. I went to see EFN and Nori. Nori didn't come out. EFN came out, met me, had lunch with me and my wife, and Nick Cannon and Nori.
Okay, what does that mean?
He was supposed to meet with me and didn't meet with me.
I'll be honest, I would have hung out with Nick Cannon too. What you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I mean, so why ask me to come out there? I was busy over Bryce.
I'm saying when it's the
This is the thing,
time.
right?
Hold on. You can't take it personal because
I'm not
when
taking
it's
it
time,
personal.
It's gonna be time.
No, I'm not taking it personal.
Right.
My name Dutch, bro. Half of the niggas ain't did what the fuck I did. So, like, I'm
How
not
did that
speaking
get
on
in the
Nori. I'm
conversation?
talking about, no, I'm saying, like, if I'm who I am, then why? Okay, Nick Cannon, I understand that. Nick Cannon's he's past every fucking body.
Right.
He got babies by Mariah Carey.
Right.
What I'm saying is, don't call me somewhere and then duck me. I didn't ask. How would I know you was at if you ain't give me the address? Gave me the address and tell me come there, and then when I get there, feeling like, oh, he had to leave with Nick Cannon.
And I'm gonna tell you again. Don't take none of that shit personal.
No, I don't take
when
it
it's
personal.
time, it's time. Bro.
No, you're right.
When it's time, it's time.
You're right. I get what you're saying.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all good. Ain't nobody. We ain't gonna unlace our shoes and trip. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He gonna get with us when he get with us, basically.
Right, basically. When it's the perfect time, it's an opportunity for you and it's an
sure.
opportunity for him.
For sure.
It happens. There's motherfuckers that be, this nigga man fronting on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
It ain't even like that.
nigga, I just got out the hospital. What the fuck is you talking about?
My health is wealth.
Yeah.
Hey, are you familiar with the sound of Philadelphia?
The sound of Philadelphia.
Yeah. Like Kenny Gamble, Gamble and Huff.
Uh-huh.
That's Kenny Gamble's daughter, Idea Gamble.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. All right, good. Wow.
Yeah, that's the sound of Philadelphia. That's I'll always love my mama. That's they smile in your face all the time.
They want to take your place.
I
had did a record called Philadelphia Love for them.
Yeah.
And they had
That's
me at
Idea.
Lincoln
You know
Hall, and I was
Idea.
doing my business for the older crowd. I was like,
You know Idea, that's
cursing.
Idea.
No cursing in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who Gamble Huff is, though. That's the city.
Let's get into state property.
Let's get it. Y'all ready?
State. No, this shit been rolling.
Oh, okay, cool.
All that Nori shit, everything.
Yeah. No, I trust.
That's what I told you, bro. Put the cup down.
I trust Aroni and
I
cheese.
told him put the cup down, right?
I trust Aroni and cheese. It is what it is.
Just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit like that happens. But State Property, the movie,
Yep.
still a cult classic.
Thanks.
How many people run up on you still talking about these things?
Baby boy. I'm baby boy.
Forever.
I ain't like that joint is etched in stone.
Right.
It's like you can't get away from that, even in the film department. You can't get away. It's like baby boy, baby. I was out the other day, I grew some facial hairs and all that kind of stuff, but they still, we know you under there. I'm like, I'm ashamed for y'all. All right? You know what I'm saying? They're like, we know you under there. I'm like, all right, you right. But the Hoffa, that's like, but I gotta even with that movie thing, Hoffa, man, that experience right there, man, was incredible, man. Because we know the music part, we know it. But
did y'all have a script?
Yeah, we had a script. Some of the things I ad-lib, but for the most part, I try to stay on track because some of the time when the writers, shout out to Malik Abbott, some of them writers are write words that we wouldn't normally say. Yeah, you'd be like,
so you gotta make it your own.
You're like, this is cool, but it wouldn't have been like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I would never say that he had sex with my girlfriend.
Right. So you gotta sell it where it's believable when you coming across. And so you like that one of them Jones. But that one right there, and two, even when Dame took the director's chair, I was like, wow, this part two, because I was serious with that one, because I came back with my acting coach. I had did my acting classes, and I got an acting coach too, because they was telling us they wasn't taking rappers serious then if they wasn't really honing their craft, especially artists. They 100-something movies deep, with them guys, you know what I mean? Right. So I was like, let me just take this serious. Shout out to Tracy Moore Maribel too, because it happened right here in Brooklyn. So she's from out here, yeah.
That's dope. I was the process of taking like acting classes. Wow, what did you learn that you was like, wait a minute?
My monologues, it showed me my monologues, told me how to tap into different emotions and stuff like that, and then getting comfortable with people, because you don't realize sometimes your body language, that whole experience, that chemistry got to be there, because somebody got to be, you got to be interacting with them, you know what I mean? So sometimes when I was in the,
you got to feel it.
I was a little shy, you know what I mean? I was a little shy, so when I got there and I started breaking the ice, man, you got me, I got scenes and all kinds, I started doing all kind of movies. I said, let's get it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How many movies now?
Like 24. I think I had like 24. Yeah.
What would you say is the craziest scene?
Well, for my scenes
that you've ever been a part of.
I think everybody going with me with that parking garage thing with me and Cam and Jimmy and them. Everybody love that. That's always going viral.
Right.
That's a scene I love from part 2. And me and ODB, that scene was wild. I
Yeah.
liked that scene, but the
How
other
was
one
that? Like,
about the beans being released joint was the wild one. That's to everybody. That's the hard joint.
how was that? Like
Well,
old dirty
OD
bastard.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I used to listen to ODB.
Old Dirty
You know
Bastard,
what I'm
rest
saying?
in peace, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray, he rest in peace, man, because, you know, when we in the neighborhood, we used to listen to that. You know what I mean? Oh, baby, I like her, bro. You meeting me, what you... And we, you know, that was hard for us.
Right.
Me, what you... And all of that, you know, drugs was around real heavy.
Right.
Oh, a lot of dust and all that kind of stuff flying around. So people was on drugs listening to that kind of stuff. It was just wild.
Right.
Yeah, man, it was just
Wow.
wild.
You just took me back because I remember, Dirty and Nori was part of the Rock before.
Yeah, Nori, for sure.
Yeah.
I know Nori. Shout out to Nori. Nori was, yep. I had a good time shooting that flick with Nori. Shout out to Nori.
Right.
Yeah.
So bringing it back, how did you feel when you seen the Rock just, there's a lot of expanding going on.
Yeah, well, Roc-A-Fella, it was that's the dynasty for real. Cause you know we had film divisions, we the music. You got Dame over there, you know how he is.
Mm-hmm.
You got Biggs and he just sharp, and then you got Jay, and then you got us, then you got Dipset, then you got Kanye, we had Chris. Now people didn't take the R&B's much. They feel like they get marketed, but Chris John was
Chris
major.
John was dope.
Up in smoke. Shout out to Rel.
Right.
Shout out to
Rel.
Rel. No better love. Rel was over there. Then we had Nicole
But I
Ray.
used to wonder,
Yeah, we had
What?
Nicole Ray over there.
what was happening with these albums not coming out?
Well, like I said, I couldn't do nothing without my partner. So what I used to do is just do my own mixtapes. That's when you got Bad Guy 1, Bad Guy 2. And if O wasn't around, I could still put him on there. Come on, we put him on the record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me the records, and I put him on there, and then I could pump that. You know, if he come back, the name's still, still rolling. You can go ahead and drop your own joint. Because you got to work, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the only thing about that. But the studio album that we had, it's like, we never could get that out. I think Philly Rewind and got some whiff of it. So somehow I got leaked to that.
how many records did y'all do for that?
Yeah.
Man, at Roc-A-Fella, if they want 15, you do 30. So it ain't no telling what we had left. We had a lot of records, man. We had a lot of records. I did how many mixtapes I did? I did. So if I was putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's me. And then you got Envy. How many mixtape Envy put out?
Shit, I've been on.
Ain't no
Wow.
telling. The Empire Strike Back.
All that shit.
We got
Yeah.
Lazy K. I go rock with Lazy K. She's snapping her in the Murder Mommies. Who else was down here? We was getting busy. So it ain't no telling how
But
many
we had
records
over
we had.
35, 40 records out
Yeah.
around that time.
Right.
I just
But
was.
what happens to these records that y'all record for the album?
Well, some of them is on them rails in the vault.
Yeah.
Some of them
Or
on them rails in the
Funkmaster
vault.
Flex got them and played them on the radio. That's pretty much it.
I think they in the vault are joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our records straight to Flex.
Oh, Flex get it.
Yeah, straight because we didn't have what y'all had. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like our autonomy with the records was you record them, Flex get them, he put them out, or he put them on his album like Funkmaster Flex the Tunnel and shit like that. Like
Right.
ours had a direction that was different than y'all's but y'all had way more records.
Yeah, I get what you said, Cosmo, because I know Cosmo was doing a lot of business with
Yeah,
it.
Cosmic Cab was
Yeah.
on the Big Dog Pit Bulls.
Yeah.
That was the shit, right?
Yeah.
All right, so if you wanted to get these records, who would you go to?
Probably Guru. Unless somebody at baseline. Yeah, I go to baseline. Say, what's going on? Somebody over there with the records, man.
Yeah, Goop
We
probably got
need
them
that
shit.
State Prop 3 to come out tomorrow.
But you know what's wild about that? I got some of the CDs though, because I got a guy who's just like a state prop fanatic, and he kept a lot of records because most of them, Apple Music wasn't out at that time. Remember how things were being released back then?
Yeah.
And so if you do a physical copy and it wasn't up, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you didn't have the physical copy, it was just done. So some of the guys that want me, people willing to pay $300 for some of them CDs. $350. People would call me and be like, yo, I got $300 if you can find this. I got this amount for this. And I'm like, that. Now you know the importance. Now you see how things get better in time. They'll do away with the CD, but if you still got your physical copies, they'll pay top dollar for it.
That's crazy.
Yep. That's why I was like, when things was hitting the fan, I said, I'm gonna get merch, shirts, socks, girls get booty shorts. Yo, I got merch for tights. What you want? I'm putting the name on, I'm packaging it up, and I'm selling. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know.
Shit was hitting the fan. Shit was hitting the fan.
Huh?
Shit was hitting the fan.
Yeah, I had to make a few fuse. I said, all right, but what I love about it is they, like you said, we built a brand, man.
Right.
And we are a part of that legacy, and that's what it is. So trying to erase the history is just like just diabolical.
Right.
Yeah.
When you say erase the history, you feel
Like
like
they act when they act like that ain't what's going on until the actual guys show up. You know how you like you ain't from Rock, but I'm from Rock.
right.
Somebody was just on like if you ain't on the shows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
Then you wasn't part of it.
he wasn't part of it, but
Right.
they still pushing the record, and I'm sitting here looking like this. Act like I'm the angry black man or something like that. Like, oh guys, you got me chopped. Y'all got me chopped.
When the split happened,
Mm-hmm.
what was your decision?
I didn't have a decision in that. It was a split sheet. So it was like either somebody, they said some people going with Jay, some people going with Dame. And Dame was kind of like, I guess at that point, without distribution. So it didn't make sense to go that way. So I was like, let me just go home and regroup because I don't really know all the details about what's going on. So I just went home and I worked on another project of mine. Yep. So I picked Goodbye to Yesterday, Hello to Tomorrow. DJ Active and Ant Live did it. Scratch
Salute to
Mechanic.
Active,
Yeah,
that's my brother.
Scratch Mechanics. We double back did Inauguration with Scratch Mechanics. Shabazz OG and was A&R some of the project, couple of guys. And then I dropped the Payback album with Koch.
All right.
So can I ask you this, right? And if it's uncomfortable, I don't want you to answer this shit, right? The gripe that Oschnio has with Charlie Mack, is it true or you don't know about it?
Well, I don't know the full details of it. I don't know because I literally don't hang around, them and you know what I used to think about with that? How you steal? Because when we was doing business, it was hard to steal from somebody who wasn't physical. Remember? I know if you give me a deposit, right, and I don't show up, someone gets sued. So I didn't understand that. So I knew it was a public thing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of started looking into it like, all right, this is got to be a public thing because without the actual guy there in the flesh, in the physical form, how are you doing that?
Right.
So how you Brody me and ain't really nothing, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't really know the nature of that. So
How did it feel for you guys to get back together on tour?
that felt good. Now O wasn't there, so I understood that argument. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was right. Sometimes he be right. You know what I mean? Even though he be ranting, but that tour just felt good. It felt like that's what we were supposed to be, but it's just not all of us there. It's still a.
Why do you think that went down like that?
I'm not sure on the bit. Oh, I think they was arguing a feuding already. So it's probably some internal stuff like you said, conversations that wasn't being had. It all lead back to that communication. How you gotta communicate and express there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Lock the door. Let's sit down and talk. Let's get it out. Let's figure this out, and then make a move.
Well, is anybody mediating it? Anybody saying, "Look, I got
that-
you on the phone. Let me call this other guy and see what's going on."
Well, that tour, I know it was a guy named Johnny that was mediating that. So John, rest in peace to Johnny. He passed away. So I know he had, was working it like, all right, let me make sure everybody is getting what they supposed to do. Because people get in there and get amnesia and start stealing money too. You know what I mean? So people still, they still.
How the fuck you get amnesia?
Yeah, they do still. Yeah. But what I realized, instead of getting aggressive with them, I can remove myself from this situation. You understand where I'm coming from? Right. Then I can show you my value.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't understand. Like they be looking at it and like, okay, Sparks is this, but with Sparks, like you say, I'm on corporate knows exactly who I am. So so at the end of the day, when I'm in there and y'all trying to, short change, that's what a lot of stuff probably be going on too. You feeling some type of way about that, and it's like, oh man, I never did. You know what I mean? It's like, man, do you dance? No. All right, well, I'm gonna put this to the because I'm bringing something to the table. I don't like bland food, so I put salt and pepper on it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
let's keep it
Season it.
Let's keep it 1,000 though. Like, can't nobody ask me nothing about Spade, right? And it'd be like, oh, is Spade tripping or is he telling the truth?
Right.
Is O tripping or is he telling the fucking truth? That's what people
About
want to
part-
know.
what-
like, was he burnt or not? Like, let's just get to it.
Well, I gotta find out. I gotta call him so we can talk about it. I gotta literally call him to find out because, like I said before, I got off the social media at the Wild. When they was giving me up, I was just done with social media. I literally wasn't. I didn't follow nobody. I was doing me. Follow me if that's the case. Follow what I'm on. So I would have to get with him to find out exactly. But I'll be seeing him like, damn, he doing it to Sparks too. And I, or if not, if I don't see it, I'll be in the neighborhoods. I'm around people. They be like, hey man, did you hear that? Because that travels fast. Everybody hearing about the stories that's coming out.
Because niggas in the biddy saying he like tripping and this and that. And it's like, I want to know. I don't know because I'm not there. But I want to know, is he mad at Charlie Mack for a real reason or Freeway for a real reason? Or is he ranting? Like, is it pain or is it the truth?
Well, to be honest, I would feel some type of way if I felt like somebody was my folks and they was doing that. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. So when you trying
Let's
to
have a real conversation.
Yeah, because you can't mix it. It's like trying to mix the two. You know what I mean? It's like bringing street beef to a corporate. Nobody wants to hear that. And you can't come into a dude with a different tax bracket and bring this gangster stuff to him. He got people that own prison.
Right.
So when you trying to we trying to filter through, well, is this street beef or is not? It's like man, and that's why I do movies and stuff like that. The music is one thing. When I was younger, I was like that, but when I got older, I'm transitioning. That's why when everybody was bugging about the music, you ain't bring me around. That's how I ended up with 24 movies. Cause y'all ain't paying me no mind. Y'all sitting over there doing what you doing over there, and I'm busting these moves.
Do you think being associated with Oschnio hurt you a lot of ways?
Yeah, if maybe because it was like, it was a rough around the edges, and people would probably can be a little scared of him sometime, or feel like he's intimidating to some. You know what I mean? So I'm just not around it, so I can't imagine why would they tie me to that. You know what I mean?
Because I'm listening to like not just that, but like the album not coming out.
Oh, that time, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like this is like a reoccurring thing where, damn, this my brother, but he don't understand.
It's like
I'm tied to this shit.
Right. So you gotta let somebody take if they comfortable with certain people, let that person take the front. Let him drive. You got to let the right people in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? And then you ride shotgun with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes people they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because most of this game is about being center of attention. You know what I mean? It's like that. I never cared for that. You know what I mean? But I do know how to have a conversation and sit down with people and try to get some business done.
Right.
So it's just like, I never was like, what's that word? Flamboyant. You know what I mean? All hyped to be for the attention. I was always in the cut doing what I do.
Yet you still stood out.
Right, I couldn't stop that. I don't know. See, I don't know if I was charmed. They called me. I was woofing, naughty hair. I didn't know I was that accepted. So a lot of things that was going on. Maybe it was that, but I still stood out. You know why I think I stood out high for though? Because I was just being me. You know what I mean? Right. I wasn't trying to go in there and be something I wasn't. And I knew what I could take and what I couldn't, and how far I was going to take it about mine. And I'm one of them guys. If I start, so I want to finish it. Well, actually, if you started, I want to finish it. You know what I mean?
Wow. Maturity.
Yeah.
Maturity.
Thanks. Yeah.
What's your favorite shit about doing movies now?
Me now?
Yeah.
Because there's different roles and stuff coming up now, right? Then Eben and Rupert and gave me thumbs up and all that. So I'm like,
what?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow. Come on, clap that up for that one.
Going and do it, you know what I'm saying? Pull it up, Eben and Rupert shouting me out.
Right.
So it's like, with that going on, it's like that. And that's what you say, the maturity and the tunnel vision. You know what I mean? I got to focus on some of the things I'm doing too. And I would love everybody part of that because we all started together. You know what I mean? As we had stuff going on, but it was like, come on, guys, it ain't nothing that we can't fix right now because the world needed it. So cheating me is like cheating the world. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's like when you put the, we started on land and there's, the trees and everything growing. Then you cover it all with the cement. It start breaking through. Like whoa,
what you doing?
Because it's in its natural form. You understand where I'm coming from?
Concrete road.
Yeah.
There it is. Listen, thank you for pulling up, bro.
Thanks for having me, Hop.
Omillio Sparks, yo.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.